Jesus Christ is the center of the purpose of God, and the purpose of God is aimed at exalting who? Jesus. So what does that mean to me? It means when I discover my God-given purpose, when you begin to function in your God-given purpose, it will begin to rotate around who? Christ is the center. So it is you rotating. The center doesn't rotate. It is whatever is around the center that does what? Rotate. So it means your life is supposed to be rotating where? Around Christ. And as you rotate around Christ, you are actually exalting Christ, and Christ will be exalted in you. So when Christ is exalted in you, that is when people begin to see him and they see his glory in your life. This is what will make us live a Christ-centered life. Because for Christ to be the center of God's purpose, it means he must also be the center of your life. Paul said, for me to live is Christ. The life I live now, it is not me living, it is Christ living in me. So if he's living in me, if you see me moving, I'm rotating around him. The omnipotent God, the everlasting God, the invisible God, he chose in his own wisdom that in all things, this man Jesus, everything rotates around him. So Jesus is the center of creation. Let me show you something very important here. We say all creation, all things were created by him and for his purpose. All things, everything visible you see is a representation of the real thing. So if all things were created to serve him, all universe serves him, appointed to him. So we are told in Genesis, God created two lights, one called sun. So have you ever asked yourself, why did God create the sun? What was in his mind? What is the ministry of the sun? What is the message the sun has been passing all? Are you ready? Then in New Jerusalem, you are told there will be no need of. Why? Because the lamp is the light of the city. So the sun knows it's not here for eternity. That purpose was there before sun. But what is the message of the sun? You understand, even in history, many people consider the sun to be one of the gods, including the Egyptian. They have a god called the god of the sun, Ra. They see the sun as a god. Do we know why God created the sun? Because all creation was created by him, for him, to serve his purpose. So, why did God create the sun? Because the sun, whatever the sun is doing, is a visible manifestation of the real sun. Malachi chapter 4, verse 2. What does it say? Do you fear my name? The Son of righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings. Now, ask doctors. The sun in the morning up to certain time, it is releasing some vitamin what? D. And they tell you, enda ota jua. Hata watoto wenye tabia za mtoto apata kufite kwa nyumba, weka ota jua. Why? Because the sun, when it's rising, it is rising with the healing virtue. This normal sun, utaambia ota jua asubuhi. Lakini kishafika hapa katikati, ogopa. Sasa itaanza cause cancer, nini, hizi vitu zingine hapa imekuwa very hot. But in the morning, while still morning, it has, when it is rising, it has healing. So you see what the sun has been preaching without the Bible. And the sun has been faithful, preaching, telling you, one day I will no longer be there. But while I'm there, I must point you to my creator. I am a representative of the real sun. And who is the real sun? The Son of righteousness. Psalm 19 verse 1. What does it say? Heavens declare the glory of God. Who is the glory of God? What is heaven declaring? Christ. And I'll show you how heaven is declaring Christ. The firmament is the empty space in there. It shows what? Handiwork. The sky, the space. It's telling you something. The handiwork of God. Verse 2. Day to day, heavens is speaking. Even at night, heaven still gives knowledge. Knowledge about who? Do you know why God told Abraham, wake up at night, look at the stars? What was he telling him? Up there, my message is there. Please follow, this is very important. Verse 4. Their light has gone out through all the earth. Their words to the end of the world. Listen there. In them, in whatever the sky, the fullness of the sky, in them, they are set a tabernacle for the sun. Tabernacle is a tent. In all whatever you see in the sky, God has put there a tabernacle for who? Which is that sun is like a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoices like a strong man running its race. So it's like when you see the sun rising, it is speaking to you about a bridegroom who is running his race. So the sun in the morning here, and then it's running every day since it was created. It has never failed. Bridegroom. So whenever you're told, whenever you look up, it is the heavens are declaring the glory of God. Now listen to what I want to tell you. How did the wise men in Persia know a king has been, Jesus has been born? How did they know? They said, what did they see? We have seen his. So does the heaven indeed declare the glory of God? So it means if God gives us the wisdom to look up, there is a revelation happening up. The word told us in the last days the moon will turn red. Why? Sending a message. The sun will become dim. So if sun becomes dim, what will be there in the last days? Darkness. What did Isaiah say? Darkness, total darkness shall fill the earth. But then is when the real light will come. The sun is like a groom when anatoka kwa nyumba yake anaenda kuchukua bibi yake, bibi harusi. The sun. So all heaven is declaring. So why did he create the sun? And why the sun is up there? The sun is bwana harusi. Every time it rises, it shows us one day the bridegroom. And who is the bridegroom? Jesus Christ will arise like one who is running to finish his course. What is his course? He said, he is the author and the finisher of our faith. So one day he will come to complete us. That's what the sun is declaring. That's why the wise men, they read up there. They saw the star. So the scientists will tell you there is a solar eclipse. The moon is in between the earth and the sun. That's why we can't see the sun during the day. But that is a message. Scientists, they don't know. They don't know the heart of God, but they have knowledge of what is in creation. Remember we said purpose is not found in creation. It is found in God. So they have the knowledge of what is outside, but they don't know whatever is outside, what it is speaking. So what God does, he uses the scientists to give them knowledge of what is outside him. Now they bring us the message, but it is us who has the Spirit of God to interpret the meaning of the message, which scientists don't know. Those who studied geography, what were you told about solar system? What is the center of the solar system? Why is it so? And who helped us to discover? The beginning of the word. But the real sun is the center. So every planet must rotate. Earth rotates around the sun, and Jesus is the center. We rotate. The more you rotate around him, you finish a cycle of your life. You finish a season, you go to another one. You finish another season. And the more you go, things begin to reveal, to unfold about your life. So that's why heaven is declaring glory. Next week, now we'll talk about how sun reveals Jesus. But understand, Jesus is the sun of righteousness. The sun has vitamin D, healing for the body. Jesus is the real healer. The sun is the center of the solar system. Jesus is the center of the universe, both visible and invisible.